Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Kayla Nurlita Ningrat, and today I want to present my thesis proposal titled An Analysis of Ambiguity in John Wick Chapter 4, 2023. And here's the table of content. There are background of study, research question, purpose of the research, significance of the research, scope and limitation, related theory, previous studies, research design, data and data search, data collection, and the last is data analysis. First is background of the study. Ambiguity is a linguistic situation that can occur in a variety of ways. Ambiguity often arises in literary works, especially in film, where hidden meanings are frequently found within dialogues or scenes in the film. This often leads to ambiguity for the audience. Films can create a confusing atmosphere and generate multiple interpretations. This allows audience to understand the meaning of the story and interpret it personally. The researchers aim to analyze the use of ambiguity in the dialogue scene of the John Wick Chapter 4 2023 film, including the type and causes of ambiguity. The study also explored how ambiguity is managed to enhance the understanding of its impact on the film as a whole. Next is research question. The research question of this study is what are types of ambiguity portrayed in John Wick Chapter 4 2023 film, and the purpose of the study is aims to identify type of ambiguity portrayed in John Wick Chapter 4 2023 film. Next is significance of the research. There are two significance of the research. The first is theoretical. Theoretically, this research is valuable in the academic sphere of expansion linguistics, particularly in semantic studies on ambiguity. Practical. The researcher practically aims for this study to offer insight to readers in understanding ambiguity in literary works. Additionally, this research can serve as a reference for future studies focusing on ambiguity. Next is scope and limitation. The scope of this research focuses on finding what ambiguities are found in film John Wick Chapter 4 2023 and also the causes of the emergence of these ambiguities. This research only focuses on the dialogue of the research, the film John Wick Chapter 4 2023, which contain ambiguity. Next is related theory. This research used theory of ambiguity by Stephen Ullman as the main theory. Ambiguity is a linguistic situation that can occur in a variety of ways. In his book, Ullman mentioned that from a purely linguistic point of view, there are three forms of ambiguity of meaning, namely phonetic ambiguity, lexical ambiguity, and grammatical ambiguity. First is lexical ambiguity. Lexical ambiguity refers to the ambiguity or multiple meanings that can arise from individual words or expression. It occurs when a word or phrase has more than one possible interpretation, leading to confusion or uncertainty about the intended meaning in a particular context. The next is phonetic ambiguity. Phonetic ambiguity refers to a linguistic phenomenon in which one word or phrase sounds similar to another word or phrase, leading to multiple possible interpretation or meaning. It occurs when two or more words have similar phonetic characteristics, leading to confusion and of ambiguity in understanding. The next is grammatical ambiguity. Grammatical ambiguity occurs when a sentence or phrase can be understood in more than one way. Due to the structure or arrangement of the words, this is the case when the sentence allows for multiple valid interpretation or confuses the reader or listener as to the intended meaning. Next is previous study. There are several previous studies that the researcher used to help the researcher write this research. Research one is research from Ninyoman Ayu Sasta Prasmita titled Ambiguity of Meaning in English Advertisement. This study aims to find the causes of ambiguity in English advertisement and the consequences that arise from this double meaning to give an overview of how the advertisement affects the reader. The research two is Steffi Amelia. The title research is Ambiguitas Leksikal pada film Jagen Oh Negot karya Alan Gesponer. This study aims to find, classify, and describe lexical ambiguity in the film Jagen Oh Negot and to identify the causes of lexical ambiguity in the film Jagen Oh Negot. The next is research design. The research design used to analyze the problem was the qualitative method. The research material includes a range of sources and videos. These sources, which consist of textual and visual elements, are used to support and illustrate the narrative presentation of the research topic. The next is data and data sources. The data sources in this research, the researcher received the data source in the form of utterance from John Wick Chapter 4 2023 film and also the script of the John Wick Chapter 4 2023 film. And for the data, the research focused on dialogue containing ambiguity that had been violated by character in John Wick Chapter 4 2023 to collect the data. Next is data collection. There are several steps that the researcher used to collect the data. The first is the researcher watched the film John Wick Chapter 4 2023. Second is the researcher read the script of John Wick Chapter 4 2023. Third is the researcher collect the data by dialogue in John Wick Chapter 4 2023 film. And the last is the researcher sort out which data contain ambiguity. And last but not least, data analysis. There are several steps of data analysis. First is data reduction. Data reduction involves the process of selecting, focusing, simplifying, and transforming the collected data to identify key patterns and terms. And next is data display. Data display refers to the organization and presentation of the reduced data in a meaningful way. This step helps in visualizing the patterns, relationship, and trends identified in the data. The next is drawing. Conclusion drawing involves making interpretation and formulating explanation based on the analyzed data. It requires careful considering of the patterns, terms, and insight derived from the data to generate meaningful finding. And there is the end of my presentation about my thesis proposal. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry if I made a mistake. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.